This is the trending talkers, hashtag TTTT. The whole gang is back in the building. Ciru Muriuki.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, you guys. Hi, Shiro.
So I'm going to introduce you.
Oh, sorry.
Anita and Nderu is in the building. Congratulations hosting the show last week. You're here. You killed it.
Thank you for letting me host. I had so much fun.
And Butita is back with a new suit.
I'm humble.
And today he's trying.
You're humbled.
You're humble.
That is the ultimate humble brag. Alafu.
All his yellow shirts are in laundry.
Hashtag blessed.
Hashtag blessed. Hashtag humbled. So guys, today police have arrested Julius Rigo. Do you know who that is? No. He is the man from Meru who clung onto Raila Odinga's chopper at the end of a rally on Thursday. The guy clearly enjoyed that dangerous side so much, he even waved to the crowd as he was taken to the air. Either that, or he had planned it all along, so he had his move ready, you know? And this is just the one. He is just the one. Anita, what do you think?
He apparently claims that the only reason he was waving is because he was having the time of his life hanging onto the chopper for dear life.
I know, right?
But he says the reason why he did it was because he had planned all along to either get into the chopper or get Raila Odinga's attention so he can ask him for a job so he can help his siblings. But I told you guys when the other guy did this, there's going to be someone else who saw that guy get rewarded for trying to hang
and then they're going to be copycats. Yes, here we are.
And now he claims, apparently there was an allegation that he was given like a bit of cash when the situation calmed down. But he claims that never happened. But he says he did it so he could get Raila's attention because he's a very big supporter and he wants a job, which I think is the wrong way to go about it.
Well, but I have to say, Anita called this as soon as the Bungoma hanger did it.
Wafula.
Yes, as soon as Wafula did it, Anita was like, you know someone else is going to do this nonsense, eh? And we were like, nah, no one is that stupid, clearly. It happened again. Lightning does strike twice at the same spot. And like she said as well, you know, why would you do that if you're trying to get someone's attention? I'm sure there are other ways, but I'll have to say he had more flair than his other guy.
What do you mean he had more flair? Or
you're
giving him marks for technique?
That technique, you know, he gets a 10 from me. He was hanging, he had time to wait, tell guys,
like smile and wave, smile and wave.
It was great, man. I really enjoyed that.
Butita.
Hiyo ni ndege ya Raila. Umsi alinasa ndege.
I see what you did there.
Unajua Lari? Umsi ameshikwa leo. Na vitu alikuwa na blame. Zingine hata nimeshindwa zinablemiwa kwa nini?
Kama nini?
Baba, mimi ile kitu nataka kusema ni hizi miraa za Meru zimeharibika sana. Unasikiza. Hausikii kama uko hai. Nikaamua kujipeleka na ndege.
That's the worst. That's bad. You should be ashamed.
Jamani amua kuteza. Kama ule msa Bungoma. Yeye anataka pia lipiwe ndege kama msa Bungoma.
Anataka yeye pia lakini hakuna nini. There's no flights from Meru.
Atangoja.
Larry, one more thing.
Yes.
This is really sad actually. He said the reason why he's looking for a job is because all his siblings had their legs chopped off by their father.
Oh, no.
Who was estranged from the mom.
Oh, no.
So I didn't see how hanging off a chopper, risking breaking your own legs, was going to help you, considering he's the only one who's actually able to go out and get a job according to what he said.
Okay.
Risky sana.
But desperation can make you do crazy things.
All right. So
desperation is a thing.
One, he really went a bit too far. And I think he also assumed he'll get rewarded once everyone sees this.
Okay, so some Kenyans are seemingly never short of new dangerous ideas that can kill them alongside other innocent citizens. So let's take a 14-seater for instance. You already know how and what I'm talking about. Matatu drivers and chopper hangers and the like. A 14-seater matatu registered under Runa Sacco has gone viral for all the wrong reasons. That's this week. It was driving against traffic on the busy Thika superhighway. Imagine that. If you've ever been on Thika Road, you can imagine that. That gives me chills just looking at it. Shiro.
I think one of the last times I was on the Thika superhighway was when Larry was driving me back from Nyeri to Nairobi.
Oh, what a wonderful ride that was.
What
a wonderful ride that was.
Wonderful. It was full of signs and wonders. It was wonderful. We literally got to Nairobi from Nyeri in 2 hours. Thank you, Larry. Thank you.
Yes.
You brought me closer to God that day.
And it's because we got stuck in Muranga.
I don't think Larry saw this going in that direction.
Anyway, but given that, and you know, Larry was not the fastest guy on Thika Road that day. We
Yes.
were being overtaken by peeps.
Yes.
Like guys drive super fast. And the thing that upsets me when I see things like these, This guy, the matatu driver, will get out of his matri. He'll go on Facebook or whatever, or his WhatsApp groups, or he'll go and talk to his friends and start talking about impunity of politicians.
Yes.
That right there, that's impunity. That right there. Seeing that you can do whatever the hell you want, na kuna pahali utapelekwa, and you can drive on the wrong side of the road endangering lives. That right there, that's impunity.
Anita.
Kitu ya uchungu sana.
Yes, Butita.
Kitu ya uchungu sana ni ati unidere wa matatu. Kuna passengers. Wenye hawajui speed yako ni ya nini. Wana travel, ni wa innocent tu. So una drive vibaya, kitu ina happen, una cost waseka 14 ama 32 wenye wako kwa ma3. Na walikuwa tu wametulia, wameenda jani yao poa. So unafaa kujua kawe ni dere, una risk hapo kwa ma3. Kuna wase umebeba nyuma. Na ni familia za
But that said,
I'd like
Anita,
to differ with you, Butita.
Okay, why are you differing?
You are in the matatu. You can see what the driver is doing. And that's why they normally say, speak out. When you see the driver doing things that seem odd, or in this case, it's impunity, or endangering your life, or driving too fast, you can see you're going against traffic. You want to sit there and tell me you're comfortable with this situation. Majority of the accidents, if I'm not wrong, tend to happen on Thika Road, because people drive very recklessly when they have a long stretch of road and they can just speed as much as they want. You're seeing your life being driven like this, and you're okay with it? I don't think so. And also, they need to take tougher measures against these matatus. We always hear how the license was revoked, they cannot be on the road anymore. 2 weeks later, the same matatu is back on the road, maybe with a different driver, but it's back on the road. These SACCOs should be punished to the extent where when one of their drivers does something of the sort and endangers as many lives as that driver was, they do not go on the road until these drivers are vetted. That was wrong.
Yeah, well said.
Sio kudifani, kusupport. Tuendelee.
I did not support you. You cannot tell me passengers ati wote tu walikuwa wamekapo, they have no idea what's going on.
Hawakumwambia ati wacha mimi shukisha.
That's the problem I have with Kenyans. We see, we are very passive. We are very passive people, yeah? Like, if it was in that matri, and this
there were no passengers. I'm told there were no passengers in the mat.
Oh, okay.
But okay, there are no passengers.
But
that's fine. But generally,
but still, it's not fine.
No, generally people are in matatus, and you see the matatu driver doing crazy things. Like,
and because you're late, you're just happy.
You just
overlap.
Ama ni katikati ya highway.
The wrong side of the road. That's why unafaa uzushe.
Okay.
That driver may have hit an oncoming car that had those 14 passengers.
I know.
So, in all fairness, whichever way, it was wrong.
So luckily, the driver has been banned, so he will not be on the roads anytime soon. He's been banned by NTSA. So he won't be terrorizing anybody else on the roads, at least not legally.
Hopefully,
it
lasts.
So, Kemo and Stiga, you know guys, we love them. And they're part of a new voter registration drive. The team at Duo have been shooting promos with President Kenyatta, Raila Odinga, and the Deputy President, William Ruto. But let's look through all of these videos and see who did it best.
Cheza nika umepata kura. Get pass. Cheza nika umepata kura. Chukua kura. Ukikosa utapigwa vitima.
Chukua kura, utapigwa radi. Utapigwa nini? Vitima. Kura yako, kesho yako.
Kura yako,
Kesho yako.
#jivotie. Chukua kura. Ukikosa utapigwa vitima.
All right, instant reaction. Shiro.
I have to say it's a tie for me between Baba and Kamwana. There's a
Really?
tie. There's
Why?
a tie. Because they have like a different swag happening. Like, you know, he has he's just being Rao. You know what I mean? Like, he's just being himself.
Yes.
And then, of course, me, like, Uhuru, I like it because he's Uhuru Kenyatta, but then also he's a villager like me. Vitima. I love it.
He just went to someone in his heart, yani.
Yeah, he's been waiting to say Vitima for a minute.
Yeah, he looked really eager. He's like, can we get to that part?
Yeah, quickly.
Raila na play safe.
Haezi sema utapigwa vitima peke yake, lazima confirm. Utapigwa nini?
You know what? It looked like he was actually reading from somewhere and he didn't want to get the script wrong.
Right.
Ruto clearly did not rehearse.
Clueless.
President Uhuru was so ready.
Yes.
He was so ready. I loved it.
So if we were to give a vote, who wins?
President Uhuru Kenyatta.
Butita.
Followed very closely by
Kura ni
Raila.
August.
Very closely.
Butita.
Just as
Kura ni
the...
Kura ni August.
Tukutane kwa tepe.
Kwa tepe. So, brother, on that bombshell, we're going to take a quick break right now on the Trending Talk is hashtag. Let's look through some of your Twitters right now. Sarah Matu, Prezo did it best. Raila is not showing any facial expressions. Anaka robot.
Surely.
Alikuwa anasoma script surely.
Aya. Professor Brian Ikalachi, is this an episode of 1,000 Ways to Die? There was the Meru guy. Kuna ule. It looks like our first two stories. Ilikuwa 1,000 Ways to Die, right?
And then, I wanted to ask you guys this question, yeah? What jam is this matatu guy avoiding?
I know.
There's no traffic. There's no traffic. Where are you going?
Impunity.
No. But that said, Mbugwanji here points out an important thing. The clip was captured by an active driver as well, right?
Oh, fair enough. Yeah.
Because he was going as fast.
Not snap and drive.
Yeah, don't take videos for the trend and drive.
Imagine if if there was maybe angeona kitu iko mbele yake. It's a problem.
Yeah.
Benson Wafula, atiyo ni suti edi Butita ama ni Kaiseri?
Yeah, Butita. They will not let you prosper.
I don't
want words.
Yani Butita.
No.
Dunga leo. Yani he has pierced. Dunga. People will not let him be.
I have injected.
You have really injected. No. Let's take a moment to appreciate Benson Wafula's picture here.
Side eye.
That dog looks like me all January looking at my bank account. That was with me the whole month.
All right, Kairi Mwari, at times I don't Kenyans. They see mats being driven recklessly, but we say they're like rotten potatoes.
Oh, but what are the potatoes that Jana Waru, please? Please.
What have potatoes ever done to her?
Why must they be rotten? It just hurts me. It hurts my Kikuyu blood.
Oyugi Eric, ambia Anita awacheki mbele January ijaisha.
Mi January yangu imeisha bana. As we were paid. Me, I don't know about you.
Anita is a sponsor.
Anita ni sponsor kiplani.
Hashtag.
About ule James Bond wa Meru, ati ndio shida ya kuchanganya mogoka, kangeta na miraa.
That's a potent.
The vitu ni dangerous. Zuri yako.
Dear God.
And then finally Collins Mutunke, Butita unatoa wapi hizi suti mpya kila wiki? Ama ulinge February na utuambii?
Jali. Inaitwa Butita outfits.
Outfitters.
Outfitters.
Yeah.
I keep telling him all the shirts look like school shirts. He refuses. Now you see you've confessed.
Anita wewe usishuke hapa chini by the wewe.
Amepokea wanted.
Unajua Larry. Mimi uliza Anita nivae shati inakaaje? Ana suggest.
When did you ask?
Sasa nikishaivaa tena nachongolewa.
Ni hivyo.
I have never received this text.
Ananiambia
I want to release my messages.
Kumbe anataka nivae vibaya ndio asipate kompe. Ni sawa.
Anita is under the bus. She's under the city hopper. She was
I
She's
deny these
eliminating
accusations.
She's been thrown under the bus.
You know? Butita, you're making it look like we communicate more than we actually do. I don't want these lies.
Yeah, we do.
We don't.
Okay,
Which
guys.
Anita are you talking to?
Imagine we don't want to
Wakenya
know.
wanajua wezi kubali.
Imagine we don't want to know your secret. It's
This
okay.
is reality
Butita just hanging our laundry out to dry.
I know.
Your yellow shirts, no wonder zijakauka.
Okay, guys, so gospel artist Jimmy Gate is the latest victim of an expose in this era of screenshots. They need the receipts that screenshots bring. Watch it too. One of his service providers took to Telegram, as that Snapchat, to out Jimmy Gate as a con over an unpaid 20K debt, which he claims the artist owes him from 2015. Because he did an online marketing job for him. In response, Jimmy Gate blamed it all on creativity. You know, I'm a creative, I forget some things. In one of the screenshots, Jimmy Gate promises to make it up to the guy he owes big time. I guess this establishes the relationship between Jimmy Gate and promises. Make it or make it.
I wasn't ready. I appreciate that. That I approve of.
So, Unajo, if you owe guys cash, if somebody owes you cash and then screenshots, they always show up, especially if you just decide not to pay.
I feel like if you're in this industry, just pay your debts. In fact, if you're in any industry, just pay your debts.
Period.
We understand it's so is this like a debt from January 2015? It's for any other day of the year?
That debt is like 2 years old at least.
I mean, surely just pay.
Oh,
and it's 20K.
I'm sure he's made a lot more than 20K since then. I mean, come on.
And he's not the only person who seems to be in the limelight for all the wrong reasons as far as debts are concerned.
Yeah.
Just pay your debts.
Yeah.
Na shida fulani. Lakini anaweza kuwa naekelewa.
But
Hiyo ni screenshot tu.
Somebody has, are you saying somebody has put for him?
Amewekelewa. No, but I know these days it's dangerous. I can save your number, Larry, as under any other number.
Yes.
And then I have a conversation with you by myself with my 2 mobile devices and just say we were having a conversation and you owe me cash just to change your name.
And then I heard a story that apparently WhatsApp is going to introduce this new feature where if someone takes a screenshot of your conversation, you will know.
Which is good.
Like
I think that should happen.
Telegram.
It's like Snapchat.
We
Lakini
did that.
sisi wadaku tutafanya nini?
Jamani,
Shiro, let me teach you. You hold one phone, then you take a picture. That's how you take a screenshot.
Oh.
Anita,
you
have a lot of experience in this.
Anita,
if you have a group of
are you an
you
expert?
can't be seen taking screenshots.
Anita,
You know the thing about screenshots and Udaku is sometimes you take a screenshot, then you forget and send it back to the same group.
Do you know how
that
careful you have to be?
That's why WhatsApp asks you, are you sure you want to send to this person or this group?
Yes, and then it goes
I've
back to
taken
the
a
same
screenshot
group.
of a conversation, then I sent it to the person. Oh, that's good. I was lost. I didn't know what to do.
Larry.
Yes,
that's when you go on Twitter and say your phone was stolen.
Butita.
Anita, you're too good at this. I'm starting to look at you sideways.
Kitume screenshot kwa same group.
Kwa nini?
Jumi utumaka nimezima bundle. Sasa nenda nikiapprove pole pole.
You guys, we need a class after this.
Butita, what if there's Wi-Fi?
Kwetu kuna Wi-Fi.
Or you're like in an automatic hotspot area. No, you can't risk such things.
Don't take risks.
The moral of this story is don't take screenshots of Nini.
Wacha udaku, in short.
Okay, guys, let's talk about the people from the great county of Kisumu, because the MCAs there chose to spend the recess by spending time together in a bonding trip to Tanzania. The trip will cost the taxpayers in Kisumu, probably you as well, 15 million shillings. Every MCA is getting 260,000 shillings, 260K. This is basically an investment into MCA to MCA relationship.
I want to understand why nobody invests in the relationships that we try so hard to make as citizens.
No. But you guys don't want your MCAs to be BFFs?
No, why? Can't they bond at a hotel within their county to empower tourism in that area? Why do they have to go to a neighboring country to... Kwani people hawezi kujuana Kisumu, wanajuananga tu wa Kenya, Tanzania.
No, because they're going to Tanzania, it's Tanzania's kufahamiana.
No.
And
this is not the first time, apparently. They've done this several times where they keep going on these trips all around the world just to get to know each other or to make a decision.
Or to
I
learn
can make
how
a decision in my
to
house
Holland.
in January. I don't see why they can't make a decision together somewhere where they're having lunch or in a local area. They have to spend so much money.
Of course.
This is just money for campaigns.
Let me tell you why it took me so long to say something about this, because let me tell you, my thoughts came thick and fast in Kikuyu. I had to translate them. Because you know me, when I get mad, I go back to the village. I mean, Ozaya, like, as in, I'm just mad. Because, and it's not the first time we've had this discussion. Butita, we've talked about this. Anita, we've had this discussion on this very show. I don't understand why when they have to do retreats or fact findings or bonding
benchmarking,
benchmark, all these other, there are all kinds of ridiculous little loopholes that people find once you enter government for you to make per diems. Per diem is an industry in Gava, and that's where most of your taxes go. And
actually, Shiro, some of the people didn't even go for the trip, but they still got the 260,000.
Yeah, you still got your per diem, and you've not left your house.
In charge of the committee that approved this trip said she wasn't even aware.
Oh.
So you're wondering, how did the approval take place?
Yes, Butita.
15 million. Kwani hiyo ni bond gani mzito? Euro bond ama ni bond gani? 15 million.
Ni Kisumu bond.
Tanzanite bond.
Ni wasengoja, wase wa Kisumu wanaenda bonding Tanzania na kuna bondo hapo.
Nice word play, Butita.
Okay.
Wangeenda Bondo.
Alright.
Wafanye bonding.
I approve.
Wa interact tu venye Anita amesema.
Wangeenda Bondo
Kutumia
kweli.
15 million silikuibia wasee bana.
And like Anita said, why they should
Members
try by
calling
they should
assemblies.
start by uplifting tourism in Kisumu.
In
It's a
Kisumu.
beautiful county. There's so many
It
things
is.
to go and do there.
Absolutely.
But they have to Moe Magoro. They take their legs and they
So-
walk them to.
This is like those guys who go
I'm
get
tired.
treatment in other countries.
Like we say in Latin, Jokisumo ukodo wiwayawa.
Teach me
I'm
Latin
sorry,
even.
what now?
In
Oh,
Latin.
my MCO akiendelea.
Anyway, as I was just saying, I'm going to be
Wanatupisha
Kisumu
pesa
on
za diaper.
Sunday. So,
You're
this
never
may
here,
sound
Larry. Tumezoea sasa.
this may sound like a January joke, but it's probably the closest thing to true love in the world of today. 24-year-old Anne Wamboye and her husband, 27-year-old Wilson Mutura, they were joined together in holy matrimony in a very simple church service. It was a wedding in Kasarani. The total budget, 100 shillings, 50 bob for each of the rings. This is the despite the opposite of till death do us part. It's amazing. I want to play for you an excerpt from the story, and they were on Citizen last night. It was incredible, and I just love that the stories like these happening. So listen in.
Hakawezi ingia Facebook. So mambo ingine hata nasikia ni kama story tu.
Huku ndoa zikiendelea kufungwa kila uchao, gharama nazo zikiendelea kupanda, huku maharusi wakishinikiza kubuni kamati za harusi. Je, mtazamaji, kuna mwanamke kama Anne?
And we feel so comfortable and we pray God to bless us.
Lulu Hassan, Citizen Nipashe.
Isn't that amazing though? I think that the best bit is she says we feel comfortable. It should be about the couple, right?
Exactly. Do you know I know people who take loans so that you can keep up with the Joneses.
Yes.
And have the kind of wedding that,
right.
you know, that should befit a certain status.
Right.
I've been, me myself individually, I have been invited to committees where the couple will come and say, Kwanza, if they're not in the show, they will know it's them and they'll unfriend me on Facebook, and I don't care. Ni unfriending is ijali.
I don't
care.
That's a good thing.
I don't, and at least I know people will never call me for the committees because that stuff hurts my feelings. If you call me for a planning committee where I'm going to give a token, or I know people and I can use my connections to get you better deals, fine, call me for that kind of committee. But don't call me for a committee who are you as a couple, you're telling me your budget is 1.5 million for the wedding, and then you say, as the two of us individually, we're going to remove 200,000 shillings, then the rest will come from you. Are you mad? If by they've contributed that much, I'm coming for your wedding, you will kiss me as you're kissing your bride, I'm coming for your honeymoon, I'll be there. That is our marriage. Why? That's our marriage.
Shiro, that's exactly what I was going to say. I have failed to understand that logic. I've also been invited for quite a number of committees where it's not even the wedding alone that is an expense and a half. As a bridesmaid, you part with close to 300,000 shillings,
Anita,
and it's not your wedding. And then they tell you, we want to get married, our wedding is going to be around 2.5 million. However, we have 100,000 shillings. So you're wondering, surely, am I the one who wants to marry you guys? No. Why? And then they'll tell you, as a committee, it's up to you to come up with that amount of money. It's ridiculous. Or like Shiro said, you get loans. If you don't have the money, if it's love that's keeping you together, stay together until you can afford to have a wedding. If it's about just the holy matrimony, do what those guys have done.
Look at how happy they are though. Look at how in love they truly are.
Exchange your rings, and when you can afford it, with your own money, where as a committee, we'll only be giving you tokens of, you know, and iwasaidie as you go forward.
I can hook you up.
You know, yes, then that is okay. But people these days,
if you come to your committee and you need an MC, you don't have to pay thousands, hundreds of thousands for an MC. I'll MC your wedding for free.
Thank you.
For real, but don't ask me for money. And then again, look at that guy. That guy is fine. You can get a hot husband for 100 shillings. Thank you.
Shiro, I like how yours always comes down to the husband.
I know, right? Okay, Butita, your turn. Your turn.
Nasumbua wasichana. Siwache watu wafanye maharusi huko nje. Lari, unajua mtu ufanya harusi vile anajiweza, si ndio?
Kweli?
Yes.
No,
pia mimi nilikuwa attached, ngoja niongee, si umeongea. Relax. Nilifurahi sana vile Omsi alifanya. Hakuforce. Alifanya kitu anaweza, na pia uliona bibi yake ni kama alikuwa anampenda sana.
Anampenda kweli.
Yes,
si ati wanajificha hata kamera ati ni kama wamefanya makosa ama wana feel vibaya. Na harusi tunaambiwa ilikuwa pesa ngapi?
So
100 bob.
because na hiyo so ilikuwa juu rings ilikuwa chwani each ring was 50 bob.
Si harusi ilikuwa ya 100. We can say they love each other so much.
Oh, that is actually pretty
God.
cool.
Oh, so much.
So much.
Oh God. Okay, I'm gonna have to take a break to get over that. That joke was dry.
terrible.
Drier than the
Oh, I
drought
thought it
we're
was
going through right
sweet.
now.
So
You guys
nice,
didn't
so
think
Drier
it was
than
sweet?
January.
No, drier than this January, drier than my
Oh, dear
pocket in this
Naona
month.
sana hii mwaka hii.
Butita, I'm supporting
Ah,
you.
Larry, your pockets are never dry. You're my
Natengeneza kitu
sponsor.
kali hapa
Jay, story.
in front of 10
Larry,
million
keep it
Kenyans, 20
100
million
with
Kenyans.
Shiro.
Anita has won. We can end the show.
Butita, Kinyanjui Steven anasema hivi ndio tutakuja na trend next week.
I don't do
Why?
kitenge.
But you know that tailor is a bad person. Why made that outfit? Napeleka fabric ya cotton lakini usemi chochote. Unaendelea tu na shona. Surely.
No, you can go ya harusi, usimdharau sana.
There it is in its full glory. No, this nguo is special. Just look at it.
Yeah,
Hayuko
that's a
sawa.
cutting.
Inaweza.
Si ndio nakwambia
No.
ukifia kate. Unaweka hiyo kwa dirisha. Unatilikia tu poa sana.
Umza alikuwa na shona cotton alafu material ikabaki.
Alafu
Akasema
akasema
might as well.
I know, right?
we are not wasting.
Waste not, want not.
Yeah, kushona
Exactly.
ilisondekwa.
Joel, wise George. Shule nilifanya bonding kwa chem na the only fun nilipelekwa ilikuwa chemistry lab. Wache kutubeba avocado.
Hey,
House of Kisumu. Makodofia. Leo Butita, hiyo suit got me like.
Ina moda.
Peter
Ili
Kinyanjui.
kupima suti December.
Butita amenyoa Jordan au ni lights za studio kuuliza tu.
Oh, aki
Ni
venye
mse wangu wa
mtafanya
hair.
mtaachana na
Hairline.
Butita.
Hairline
Butita
imedecline,
wangu wa
itarudi Feb.
Ni
Imagine.
wangu Tony Airo.
No, Anita, I think we need to let the public know that it's only me and you that are allowed to roast Butita.
Nyinyi wengine wacheni kuroast
Yes,
Butita.
yes. No, like it's okay, Shiro. People have been saying that we are being racist.
No,
so let's all be
no.
racist
Because if you
together.
roast Butita, he's already well done, almost charred. So if you start roasting him,
Larry, usiongee.
Larry, I have one.
Larry, ulipa usiongee
It's about Butita, as usual.
Uh-huh.
So Butita, Miguel Mugushe is asking, kwani huyu Butita hajamaliza midterm #tushati?
Okay, anauliza nani?
Wewe.
wewe ndio unauliza, hujamaliza midi?
And then Butita,
Midi.
Butita, still you.
Kuna
This
ingine.
guy is like, hiyo joke ya Eddie Butita imekausha hazi hizi nguo, nimeanika tu saa hizi.
Amejuaje ni joke? Amejuaje ni joke?
Because no one got it
Unajua
but
Larry.
me.
Mnani blame bure. Na tunajua Kenya mzima kuna
That guy
kiangazi.
has won the internet.
You guys are
Yes,
rough.
Butita.
Kenya sasa kuna ukame. Kuna
Defend
kiangazi.
yourself.
Kuna joke zangu zingine zilikaushwa. So nikitubuta accept kitu ya nini?
Kuna mwenye
Bila
amesema
tutaimaliza
Butita
tu.
anakaa principal ya shule ingine hapo Busia. Mpaka mimi
Kweli?
nimefunga tu.
I died laughing when I saw that one.
Okay.
There's a nice one though, Larry,
Yes.
about the guys who got married.
Yes.
At least huyo ameongeza mapenzi ikawa ya 100, wacha ile ya 30.
Good point.
That's
Good
a
point.
good one. I thought
All
that was
right.
cool as well.
Prince Joel, MC wa kwetu alienda TZ trip. Sasa siku hizi slogan ni chambua kama karanja. Mtu amenizesha. Nywele za Anita inaweza sponsor hiyo wedding yote.
Guy.
Oh, lakini human hair ni kitu.
I just wanted to know.
Human hair ni kitu.
I don't appreciate that. Come slowly, please.
About wedding committees mlikuwa mnasema.
Yeah.
Karen anasema if I invest, please I will accompany you everywhere including the bed. It's
That
our
is-
wedding till death do us part.
Shiro.
Miss Kay ndio mimi sasa sikutaka niseme juu Mr. Ezekiel Mutai
misinterpret.
master. I
Mtende
don't
kila
want that.
mahali.
Yeah,
Shiro.
that is what I didn't want to say. That's why I stopped. Lakini ujue kama
I'm
contributed more than the couple, that is our husband.
Shiro, someone asked us, what's more important to you and I, a husband or the wedding?
Husband.
Okay.
All right. So let's talk about Peter Karanja. He took to Facebook group this week, outing a girl for giving him a fake number after he bought her drinks worth 2,000 bob, only for the post to backfire against him, portraying him as a struggling sponsor.
Unajua, there's levels to being a sponsor. I think this has been covered extensively in
this
posts on WhatsApp groups, Twitter, Facebook,
and on
the
this
likes.
show.
And on this show as well.
Yeah.
Accept where you fall.
Yes.
Maybe the girl that you found, amezoea wale sponsors were 200,000.
So on the way, 2K is...
2K ni kama transport too. She didn't really see. You were helping her along the night. That's all.
You just paid her Uber ride to the next.
I know.
That's it.
To the sponsor with a bit more money.
I mean, what I don't understand is this. Yeah, all laughter aside, I don't understand this mindset that if you buy a woman alcohol, therefore you're owed
some goods.
They ask you so now.
That is some bull crap. Okay, let me tell you something. Even though you buy me booze worth my salo, me if I'm going home, I'm going home. Alone to my bed, alone. There's no buyer, willing seller. If you're buying booze, just know that choices have consequences. Your choice of buying booze can have consequences. You might find a girl that's willing to go home with you, or you might find Kitwangumu who's like, thank you for getting me drunk.
Accept and move on.
Goodbye.
Butita.
But you should not expect it.
Butita.
That is bad manners.
Ukiwa sponsor pia usijifiche fiche. Unajua udem alikuwa ndani anabaiwa, willing buyer, willing seller labda. Sasa hakujua labda mseni sponsor. So ukiwa sponsor pia introduce tu pia.
Hi, I'm a
sponsor. Namba mapema, patiana form, inajazwa phone number, name of parent, test zote ndio pombe.
No, but
pia mademo wanapatiana manamba fake siku hizi. Unapewa namba unapiga, inalia lakini unaona ishikwi. Unaambiwa hiyo imebaki kwa gari, imebaki home, imebaki wapi? Watu waje kupatiana namba fake.
Ati 2K and then you want my number. My friend.
Okay. By the way 2K, hata wacha 2K.
But you know what? If a guy if you step to me the right way, if you step to me the right way, you don't even have to buy me a thing for me to give you my number.
Wacha nikwambie Shiru,
but if you're sitting there expectantly.
Hata 300 utanipatia namba mpaka ya wazazi. Namba zote. Once nakulipia kitu. Hiyo ni difference, hiyo si urafiki.
Shiro, I can't be shown. I cannot be shown.
Don't worry, he's just downstairs.
Kila bia namba moja.
He's just downstairs and I'm from Nyeri.
Chupa ya kwanza 0.
Wefanya hivi, take your school outfit and shirt and start running because if I catch you.
No.
Guys, can I speak surely?
Chap Anita.
I was going to say, this is how you know 2 things. He's a sponsor. After he's bought you your drinks for 300 bob, he's like, so now? That's the part where you say, so now I'm going home. And then number 2, if you're given a number, repeat the wrong number to the woman. If she says, yeah, that's the one, you're like, what's your wongo? This is not your number.
Nice. That is, by the way, a pro tip. Thank you, Anita.
Now, let's take... why I'm the one giving you guys tips today. I just look sketchy as hell.
You're sketchy.
We're like, you're the gossip tips.
Mimi utapiga mpaka photocopy ya ID yo tao. Tuke.
But you know nowadays when you give a guy the number, he insists on flashing you. Have you noticed?
So let's take 2,000 bob and multiply it by 100. So if you want to make an easy 200,000 shillings, easy. A Facebook user is offering to anyone who will give information leading to the arrest of Anjeri Kamau, who he says disappeared with his very important documents and $3,400 in cash. Isn't this more of a catch-22 situation if you consider Njeri made away with more money than her sponsor is offering? Or just a wild thought, Njeri should just out herself and claim the profit. She will now have 200,000 shillings more on top of what she stole, right?
Lakini Njeris can really let us down. I'm about to deny I can't even get it right. I'm about to announce my own name. What is wrong with you? It just had to be Anjeri. Surely.
Me, I'll never denounce one.
Some of these people, I mean, if you woke up and you found your money has gone like that, imagine just let it go. I mean, I don't know. So many people are doing this and it's very sketchy. Obviously, it's bad. But it's highly unlikely that somebody is actually going to out her.
Right.
And if somebody outs her, they'll out her for the profit and then say, but now that I know, you walk around with $3,500 in your wallet just like that. You're just attracting more thieves to yourself.
Okay, can I just say that when I saw this story, even me, I had the same thought as Anita of, Sasa Njeris, come on, get it together, Njeris, stop it.
It's only her.
And then I did further investigation. So I went to Mr. Forrester's Facebook account. He has 96 friends, this Mr. Forrester from wherever it is.
Right.
All of them are Kenyans. Hakuna hata mzungu moja, but he's from abroad. Then I Google searched the image. That's an image that he got from the internet.
Oh, really? This whole story is unraveling.
It's fake.
It's fake.
And you people say that women cannot solve global warming. You just need people like Shiro.
Yeah, I'm on it.
In like 10 seconds, this thing is solved.
If Anita put me on the case of someone at Yebu investigate this mama, give me half an hour, I'll have a PIN number. Yeah,
solve.
Aya, Butita.
Nataka Ciru solve 2 times 4 cosine 56. Remove brackets, expand.
As soon as you solve the matter of why you still go to school outfitters,
all right,
solve yourself.
Okay. Anyway,
that is being cast over you, Butita. Not that you need it.
Mimi najua Mungu ananipigania. Ni sawa.
Butita, lakini unajua nakupenda. You're the one who calls me by my Christian name.
Wewe usinipende. Acha nipende.
Na wewe ukipendwa pendeka.
Acha nipende. Acha nirudi kwa dem Larry. Ile kitu imekuwa na happen sahi. Like kama last year kuna time ulikuwa unasikia mtu andika article fulani kumbe ni fake account. Unacheki. So hata historia ya Google image nataka kutafutana na Ciru aniambie. Ndakuwa nafanyaga hivyo. Nadhani maybe hiyo ndio idea ya kujua vitu kama ni fake. Juu pia kuna watu wanakutumia ma request unadhani ni mzungu kumbe ni account tu ya Mkenya fulani.
Yeah, but actually that's usually the easiest way. Left click, search Google for image.
Box haraka. Si unaona wanaongea kitu unaongea. Tuendelee Larry.
Right. Anyway, so this past Saturday, rapper Prezzo stood out in a den of socialites.
A den. Is that the collective noun?
That's what they are called now collectively.
It was during the season finale of that socialite-infested show that while trying to reconcile with his ex-girlfriend Michelle Yola, this happened.
I should be grateful for that. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Prezzo and hey, Yola. Prezzo, come on. Prezzo, come on, you can't do this.
So, that said, Prezzo apparently is interesting, to say the least. Ciru.
You know, I saw this. I think on Monday, and I've been. Like, people have been waiting for me to comment, and then
he has a good opportunity as any.
I think this is when I've strung a sentence together.
Go for it.
There's something seriously wrong with that guy. First of all, it was that debacle at KTN.
Yes, with Betty
Chalo. And then there was when we were at Blankets and Wine, the one where Alo Black was there. Silari, you were there.
Oh, yes.
That blanket. Do you remember when Mutoni was giving her?
Then he just kind of walked up on stage.
And then you just see a creature arriving behind. She's telling people, thank you, it's time to go home. You see a Prezzo arriving behind her on the stage. He grabbed the mic. We don't even know what he said, but he just didn't seem to be all together there. And then he does Nairobi Diaries, which for me, anyone who does Nairobi Diaries just needs a hug from me, individually and collectively. Just come for your hugs at Nation Center.
Well, your mentions are going to be in the toilet.
In the loo, but I don't care. And then he stands up and wants to become a national tripod on national TV. For me, that's I don't understand. Like I'm really concerned about Prezzo. I feel that I'm actually like, you could laugh at him, but there's something wrong.
Okay,
there's something wrong.
I legit cannot
she can't.
I saw that and I was like, what are you doing? This is supposed to be, this is your attempt at reconciling with the woman who you had. And then, I mean, it's just, he's such an attention seeker. And we have to blame ourselves to some extent. Every single time he does these shenanigans,
we give him attention?
We always give him the attention that he is seeking. Maybe we should give him a media blackout. Because this is not right. He's one of these fine days he's going to go too far. And it's going to be live on television and people are going to see. And there's always that one stupid person watching this who will think it's okay and attempt the same.
Butita.
Mimi nimeona siwezi waste time yangu nikidiscuss Prezzo, acha ni discuss maembe. Kuna sababu fulani maembe uko nayo.
Can I please leave
kula maembe unasikia gatuti juu yake.
Thank you so much for watching
the show. Maembe za Mombasa zile kubwa.
Butita.
Nani unapenda maembe?
I have seen you in a new light. Oh my God.
Oh really? Anita, that's shit.
I'm a big fan of maembe.
It was.
Maembe ni kitu sana.
That's a good one,
Butita. Tule
Butita.
tudogo alafu inakuwa pilipili na kachumvi pale.
We're still discussing the mango.
Those that are not ripe properly,
Alright.
those that still are crunchy, those members are the bomb.
Speaking of mangoes. Speaking of mangoes.
pilipili ndani.
Hey, your people are red.
So you guys know that the doctors are on strike now. It's almost 2 months. In the middle of that, there are very disturbing screenshots that have come into light about some Kenyan nurses. The screenshots are conversations believed to be Kenyan nurses bragging about mistreating or sometimes even killing patients. And those graphic posts range from talk of nurses unplugging a life support machine just to charge a phone if they were to have a grudge with the patient, to so much worse. The Kenyan Nurses Association says it's investigating that. It's now officially being looked into. But still, the fact that these are guys who are looking after people who, they are the last point between life and death. Shiro.
I don't even know what to say at this point, because I feel that we've come to the point where human life is, there's no sanctity to human life anymore. Right. Because these are the people, if this is true, I have to add, if
it is true, yes.
If it is, this is like, it's beyond disturbing, it's sickening, it's disgusting, and none of these people should have any business being around other human beings. They have no business even walking free in society.
Right.
They should be literally behind bars in the filthiest prison on earth, if this is true. Because honestly, how you brag about people who've entrusted their lives and their health to you, and you're so okay, just like, I mean, this is what I did, and so what?
Okay.
Surely.
Anita, 10 seconds. I'm out of time.
All right, sorry, 2 things. One, if it is true, that is very shameful, and I agree with everything Shiro said, so copy that. Number 2, patients also need to learn to be respectful to doctors and nurses. There are some patients who are just rude as hell, and they need to learn to understand anyone who deals with your food or your life, be very, very nice to them, because they can just do things to you that you will not be very happy about, and you might end up reading on social media and find out they did on purpose.
Butita.
Mimi naweza sema tunaweza angalia pia karakta zetu, sasa ile tuna deal na watu na maisha ya watu. In fact, if you are a doctor ama a nurse, wewe jua una treat msee vile mtu wako anaweza treatiwa, despite anything that ina happen, kama mshahara nini, respect to mtu.
Kweli. That's a good place to end. Holy Grail, at how Larry drops, I know, right? When others contribute.
Larry,
yes?
Kuna tweet moja lazima nisome.
Soma.
Kuna msee anaitwa James amesema ati ma MCA wa Rift Valley place fulani walienda abroad kuvisit website.
Oh, that's a good one.
That's a great place to end. Seme Labilan, January is coming to an end. Phew, I have put my neighbors through hell. What they didn't know is I've been cooking ugali with pilau masala. And finally, alapo hapo kwa background kuna msee ushinda amewatch EPL. Atuombaige mapema tujue vile tuna place bets tatu. Hapo nyuma ya Butita. Guys, thank you so much.
Having us, Larry.
Anita, Butita, Shiro.